Every company runs on acronyms only its own people understand, and an AI has nothing to train on. Write the glossary down, or your agents will never speak your language.
So if you document that alluded to working with AI and agents, it will be easier to do those things later. There's nothing for it to train on if it's a very specific, vernacular within a company. Well, sometimes it's even within a company department.
I'm a big fan of company glossaries. You have all those acronyms documented. I mean, same's true at DataCamp. We have all sorts of kind of company specific jargon. So yeah, getting all that documented is incredibly important. All right. So we've done a lot of talk about how to do projects effectively. I'd love to get back to what we were talking about originally, which is around BI and BI careers. So I know you've been maintaining a list of Power BI updates for a few years now. Do you want to talk us through what have been the most important sort of features there?
So it's very interesting because these are the published features. So Power BI came out in September of 2015. And the updates go back to 2021, which is actually now looking at it like that's almost 5 years. That is half of the product life cycle. And granted, there were updates, before then, but you have these updates that go out every month. And so some of them are these requested functionalities. If a client is big enough, for example, they use Power BI and they're asking for a certain connection, that was something that was seen a lot. We don't see as many like connection updates. For a while, there were a lot more like, here are the new connectors. And then here are the new visuals, but those don't kind of go out often enough. A lot more recently, like in the last month, has kind of been these uh, things that make it better to look at and easier to use. Like cross your T's and dot your I's. We don't want to create a chart where the bars exceed the top part of the X or Y axis, right? These little details that make or break a report. If someone can't read a title label because it's cut off or because it shrunk, because those are issues that are understandable why the user might feel frustrated from them. And as builders, developers, we want to account for that. There's certainly been a lot of AI updates. So it's interesting too because a lot of the AI, a lot of the AI products, they kind of existed below the surface for a long time, right? You could connect to cloud provider and it might be running behind the scenes, right? There might be a machine learning model that is already built, right? You're never going to see it or like interact with it. But more recently, those features have kind of surfaced a bit more. We saw that when the Q&A visual of functionality came out. Um, One of the challenges, though, with that goes back to the jargon specific things because I worked with SAP database and SAP is German. A lot of people that work with SAP will know those acronyms, but and hopefully if you're able to ask, if you're using generative AI to interact with the model, whether it's Copilot, MCP server, another tool, is that okay, it should know what that field is. But then a lot of companies, you'll see several different amount fields. Which one are you using? So, it goes back to like it's easy to take whatever that result is, but how are you checking those numbers against something else that already exists? So these features can help, right? But you still have to understand like what the model consists of and like why something is there. Um, and often again that goes to it's easy to say I want all the data, but really you want the right data. You want the right data to answer a question or to, build something that's going to be helpful in the future.
Okay, all right. So it seems like a few quality of life improvements, but like the big sort of trends there around more connections to other pieces of software earlier on.
Well, the more connections piece wasn't like the last few months, there haven't been new connectors. I've noticed they've even deprecated some of those. So there's already hundreds of connectors though. So maybe, there weren't as many requests or more things were being uh connected through like Fabric, for example. I think they're kind of managed in different places. Um and we talk about like map integration. There's a lot more you can see the map, but then there's a lot more you can build out in another tool and then connect to that, like ArcGIS or Azure Maps, Mapbox, whatever tool of choice. These updates have been kind of less of that, like, oh, this is, we couldn't do this until now, and more like, let's, make us more user friendly, test out some of these, AI integrations that you can interact with on the surface. We're not connecting to something that other people can't see.